these joints dead. You probably not even think about it. Like something like this.
That even sound
like faded beards. Like they give it a little taper into the.
Well, how's you want? This is taper.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant like legit. Like he got the whole fade just like coming through.
No, not like that. Like tapering it in.
No, I mean,
you think that's easy to do?
I mean, it depends if you trust your barber or not.
That's what I'm saying. I trust him with these. He hit me off with great fades here, but I heard it's a little difficult on these. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, if you don't trust your barber, I wouldn't even like.
Asking him, right?
I wouldn't even ask him like, "Yo, can you taper off
my English too?" So I think my shit gonna be chopped.
Yeah, like you gonna sit in the chair, and you gonna get up and you just be like, "Yo, fam, like you left me with a goatee. That's not what I asked for."
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. But like, if I show him, like, he can hook it up.
Like, bro, we recording.
He gonna hook my shit up, bro.
Well, just go to the right barber. Actually, speaking of barbers, right? This is how I'm feeling. I'm gonna jump right into it. I woke up this morning from a nightmare, fam. A freaking nightmare. You wanna know what my nightmare is about?
I can't even look at that light, bro. It's bright, but
we shining right now.
I guess. Cool.
If you take your eyes and you just angle them, you can see what's going on.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had a dream last night. I was in New York City, and I had an interview that I had to go to, and I was bringing Victoria to something. I think she was like volunteering or something. That's how I knew it was a dream, right? So I dropped her off. The place I was interviewing at was like around the corner, but I had forgotten to bring my clothes for the interview. And I had some clothes in my whip, but they was unironed, and there was no way I was putting those on. So I was like, all right, I got like 40 minutes to go. Let me run back to the crib real quick and get some clothes. So I'm whipping, all of a sudden I come across the intersection. I thought the light was green. Unbeknownst to me, it was red. So I blew by that bad boy. Got hit by oncoming traffic. And then I'm just like, dang, son, like my day is going so bad, yada, yada, yada. I walk out of the car. The lady that hit me, she's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I want to call the cops now. I was like, nah, don't call the cops. You good? Yo, just, So I'm walking away. Dream shifts for some reason, still in the same area, but it shifts a little bit. I'm walking down the street and I got like a text from my barber, like this long paragraph. I'm like, what the freak? Yeah. And you're like, yo, you had an appointment today at 11:30. You didn't show up, but I saw your dumb ass on March Madness. I'm like, yo, what the freak? He's like, yo, don't even stop by the shop no more. I said, oh, what's going on? So I pull up to the shop. Yeah. Then got a suit on. Got the glasses that got no frames, they just see through. Yeah. And he's like, yo, I bought this suit because I had people coming in today. They was going, record me giving cuts and all of that. So I had to set up around you. And it's like, yo, you messed my whole day up. You know what I mean? So we're done. I was like, yo, fam, we've been together how long? 6-7 years now? You just gonna leave me like that? Say, yeah, man, it's over. Yo, I shed a tear, bro.
That's it.
I shed a tear, son. I woke up and like, I was like, yo.
God, that was a dream. Oh my God, your heart racing,
like
sweating.
Son, I woke up at like 5 in the morning. I had to go to the bathroom and just take a breather, my guy. It was hurt. It hurt, bro.
Those are the worst dreams, bro.
Yo, it hurt. Worst dreams, because that could be actual reality.
You're like, oh my God.
Yes, but other than that, I'm feeling good though. I'm feeling good today.
Awesome.
I feel a different sense of motivation this week. So, yeah, how you feeling?
Feeling great as well, man. I just finished my last New Teachers Orientation, New Teachers Institute, that's what I was going to say. We had one every month this year. It's just a program so you can become acclimated and assimilate to the new district. This is my 3rd year. I'm wrapping up. 1st year of my new district. I'm feeling great, man. I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's just, it wasn't like very frequent. It wasn't every week I had to stay after for an hour, 30 minutes, but even those random Thursdays every month was annoying, and it would always fall on a day where it's like, I'm tired, I want to go. Yeah. But today I was excited, I was energized going up in that thing, and we just had to give like a brief, testimonial on how the year went, what were some of your positives. Okay. And moving forward, how do you feel? Yeah, that's really it. Okay. Bang that out. We all got up out of there. 4:25.
Easy. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, usually we get up out of there at 5, but I think everybody felt just like me, yo. It's towards the end of the year, we really don't want to be here, but we were excited to be there to get it over with. So I'm feeling good right now, man.
Any bagels?
No, they actually had quite a few bags of chips, and my co-teacher, Mr. Evans, was also new.
Okay.
And grabbed like 7 of them things. I ate lunch, man. I ate lunch this week. Only just had today. I only had a shake. Like, I was lying.
Anything you learned this week?
Yeah, I actually learned something 3 minutes ago. You go to the barber shop, boy. I'm looking at your joint right now. I did not know you go to the barber shop. I did not know you have a barber on call. Wow, fire that man. That's what I learned this week. Go ahead, your turn.
I only get lineups.
Fire that man, like I said. I didn't know you go to the barber shop.
At least mine speak English.
Good for you.
Proper English.
Good for you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. My man don't speak proper English. My joint is sharp.
But you know what's funny? Speaking of barbers, I really have been his client for the last 6 or 7 years.
What the? You think? Yo, D Blank, I really don't. It's either you wear these effed up hats all the time, or it's like, yo, your joint looks that bad. But I digress. You can continue.
The hate is so real. It's crazy.
I'm just saying.
So basically, I've been going to my man 6, 7 years, and I don't really know nothing about him. Like I know, like the first 2 years I went to him, I was like, yeah, I learned about his family and all that stuff. But after that, I just show up, sit in the chair, say what up, and leave.
Let me tell you the thing about that. It's the same way when you get into an Uber. You don't want to have conversation.
All right, see, I thought I was being a bad guy because you know, sometimes like it's like, yo, this dude is a part of your life because it's the same person. It's the same person, so you don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't see them every day. I see them like twice a month.
Well, this barber that I'm finally aware of that you go to, he probably doesn't want to talk to you neither, D Blank.
Yeah, he'd be asking me like, did you go to work today? Yeah.
He's trying to keep it just like real cordial, small talk. Like, all right, you my client, cool. Nah, let me get to work now. I don't want to talk to my barber.
Just making sure. Right?
So that's why I go to barbers who can't speak English. Because our only conversation is, they're always happy too. My boy Ralph, just like, hey, good, you feeling good, happy? I mean, he always say happy. He says, good. I'm like, yeah, my man, how you doing, Ralph? I'm glad to see you. I'm ready to go. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the last of our conversation. Yo, thanks a lot, Ralph. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Out of there. He's always happy, man. Good dude.
Oh, man.
No combos. No combos, though.
But no, what I learned this week was I was watching a YouTube video. You know the movies about how, like, if you pause time, what would happen?
Yeah.
So I watched a video where it was showing what happened if you were able to pause time.
Yeah.
And it was basically saying that if you pause time, you couldn't do nothing. Because you pausing time, light couldn't get to your eyes, so everything would just look as a blur. You know what I'm saying? It just like your molecules wouldn't move, so you'd like, in a sense, you pausing time is not like the movies where you're able to walk through and do whatever you can do. So I found that out, and it kind of just like, damn, like that sucks. So freezing time is a waste of time.
Hear me out though, man. How do people conjecture that though? Like, what scientific experiment do you do to even get to that conclusion? Because nobody has been able to pause time yet. That's why I'm lost. So how do you conjecture that? I think that's just all theory.
Because they base it more off of the fact of like the speed of light. Like for us to see, speed of light does have to come into play. You know what I'm saying? So if you pause time, you can't see without speed of light, basically.
But how would you even pause time? That's what I'm saying. Why do we even have these theories, or we even try to surmise these things?
Because it's based off movies.
Fun, but
it's based off movies.
But it's like,
there was a movie like years ago. It came out. I think a dude had like a watch or something.
Yeah.
And he was able to just pause it and then like do something and then go back to where he was.
That's why I hate and love science. I just hate and love science, because science, they always try to find the answer. There's like something that happened, but why it happened. There's always that reason behind it, which is understandable. That's their job. That's what science is about. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like we're doing too much.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
but I don't know.
It was a fun video to watch on my end. Anything else you want to add?
I'm just proud to go to the barbershop.
I just do the goddamn haters.
No, I actually learned about two movies that are documentaries I'm going to watch. And it actually has to do with, scientific theories and methods, and just um how would I call it? What would I say if I want to say about like God and
I forgot my phone.
you forgot your phone. And basically this is called Is Genesis History is one and Case for Christ. And I guess my coworker told me that, it challenges the scientific theory. It's funny, we were having that conversation earlier this week. Um and it just talks about Christ and the awakening of Christ, and this guy is trying. Well, the case for Christ. This guy is basically in that movie. This guy is he's a journalist, so journalists are all about facts,
Yeah.
numbers, and what's real, what's not. And basically, he has this awakening, and he's in search. He's reading all of these Old Testaments. He's reading all these old scriptures, and he's watching these documentaries, and ultimately, he I think I don't want to spoil it for anybody, even though I didn't watch it. Now I'm thinking about it. My damn coworker spoiled it for me already. Um, he he's in search. He's searching for like what's life. How did life come about? Because they have the scientific theories like the Big Bang, cells, and that's he's searching for the spiritual side of it. And it's Genesis history. I forgot what my coworker said, but he said, "Yo, watch it. It's great. I'm gonna watch it." You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is abound. Resources are abound. Why not utilize them? And the other day, I put up a quote on IG or Snapchat.
You asking me?
Yeah, 'cause you be looking at my stories. Socrates quotes. The Socrates,
You mean
the philosopher.
black men don't cheat?
Nah, I've been put that one up. I'm talking about the new joint where he's talking about intelligence.
I don't remember that one.
He's talking about like I know I'm not intelligent because I'm a
Oh, that one. I
Yeah.
don't remember word for word.
Some heat. Let me pull it up.
I read that one, yeah.
I got that bad boy right here, I think.
Something about wanting to learn more or something like that.
I don't have that bad boy right here, but Socrates had this fire quote, basically talking about, listen, man, I'm not smart because I don't know everything. And no, he said he's not smart because he knows nothing. And the fact that he knows nothing makes it, no, he said, my bad, I'm butchering it. Here we go. He says he knows he's intelligent because he knows nothing. That joins heat. Just the fact that, yo, I know I don't know everything, so that makes me smart, basically. Heat. And that's facts because I hate going somewhere and people are pompous, arrogant, and think they know it all and just so narcissistic, my man. I hate people like that. Like, open up. Be a little transparent.
Open minded.
Be willing to hear others' people's perspective, learn new things. Stop being the loudest man in the room.
I mean, it just go back to what we spoke to off camera regarding when you're exposed to something, you pay more attention to it. And I just feel like some people are afraid to be exposed to certain things because they'll realize they'll have to pay more attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole white privilege thing. When you brought that to the Caucasian community, they didn't want to know about white privilege because then they would have to pay attention to white privilege or, you know what I'm saying, black empowerment. Like some black people, they don't want to be empowered. They kind of just want to do their day-to-day life. They don't want any troubles. They don't want any problems. So once you bring that black empowerment and motivation to that person, then they realize they have more opportunities than they actually see because that's brought to their attention. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you're raised in a below subpar community doesn't mean that you can't strive for greatness.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So once you show them a successful black person that started from the sewer and rose up, then that person can realize they can grow up to become something as well. But if they're not exposed to that type of information, they will not seek to become successful in their own way.
And that's the thing, and that's why I like to expatiate on these topics because, my man, you hit the nail on the head, and I think it's just the mere fact that people are just not intellectually curious anymore. A lot of people are not. Um, so it's the fact like they don't want to be exposed to it. They also just don't care. They know what they know and they're cool with that. That shit. Haven't used this word in a while since like that old show I used to be on, but that joint chagrins me. It's like it makes me discouraged, it makes me angry, it makes me just embarrassed to be a human sometimes because it's like, yo, come on. It's pathetic.
Information is just too.
I don't like to read. I don't read. I don't know why that comment hurts my soul the most when people say that.
The reason I hate that
And I get
comment in
that a lot from
particular,
our people. And when I say our people, I mean African Americans.
but that doesn't make any sense
And it makes me feel bad.
because people will read the back of a Lysol can when they're on the toilet.
You read every day. You read what it says.
You
Stop
like
sign.
like
You read when you take the Metro North, city bus. You gotta read the bus. Like so. I don't know. Man.
you read about celebrities doing stupid stuff, but you know what I'm saying
Exactly.
it is what it is at that point. I mean, if you're not the type to sit at home in your bed, open a book with your side table lamp on, then it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you be on Facebook reading like, oh snap, yo, Myra said such and such about Zach. Now I gotta go to Zach page and see what Zach said.
They will dig in, and
You
then
know what I'm saying?
they'll show their intellectual curiosity there.
Yeah.
Intellectual curiosity. I'm sorry, but what really bothers me is the fact that reading takes you places, man. That you know, if you can't really travel yourself, it takes you places. It opens up this area in your mind where it activates the creativity that you may not have even known you had, man. Um, we're not saying go read
Plus,
Socrates, or we're not saying go read Gulliver's Travel, Oliver Twist, but them joints are confusing.
I got an Oliver Twist book I picked up.
It's confusing.
I haven't
You gotta
read it
read
yet.
it once in a while, like fictional texts that are just you know full of figurative language and confusing. Oh man, we're just saying go read something that you find interesting. That's probably not at the highest level, but I think just reading and acquiring those skills and building on those skills, it's gonna pay off in the long run.
Plus, you learn from other people's experiences when you
Absolutely.
read a certain book. It may be fiction, but you can kind of look at it in a way to kind of relate it back to your life or a friend's life or whatever the case may be, and kind of be like, well, if they handle it this way and they
Mhm.
put a certain twist on it, maybe I can kind of take what they did and put a twist on my life. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it can work both ways. Like it's not always like Harry Potter books. There's a lot of things in that book that you
Learn
could
too.
take and relate it back to your life and just see how certain situations were handled. Yeah, you can't say it's spell, but who's to say that spell isn't you going to the bank and being like, hey, can you do a loan for me so I'll go open a business?
And like I mentioned last week, what Angie Thomas did in her text, "The Things You Hate," it, it creates room for you to speculate things and question things and conjure up these theories. Like I said last week was about how Harry Potter is about gangs.
Mm-hmm.
Just something like that. You can't let things go over your head when you're reading and have a literal sense. You got to really be creative, and I think when you read, it opens up that part of your mind.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not sometimes people, and then when you read like informational things or personal well-being things, as I mentioned on my Snapchat about in January, I'm aiming to read, what did I say, 12 this year, 12 of those.
Yeah, like
I actually have to apply what I read too. That's one thing people do. People just read the flip pages and say, "Yeah, I read it." Can't tell you one thing about
they
it.
don't reread it
Can't
or
tell you
nothing.
what they learned. They don't even apply what they possibly have learned. They just say, "I read it," just to say, "Oh, yeah, I read it," and have this surface level knowledge about it. But whatever. I digress again, man. Let's move on from this topic, my guy.
I want to talk about something that happened to me last week.
Me too. After.
Last weekend, you invited me out to a coworker's cookout, right? And it was cool. It was cool. I appreciated the invite. It was great.
Okay, I got you.
So I'm there, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of friend where if you bring me somewhere and I know nobody, trust and believe I'm gonna know somebody, a couple people by the end of the night. That's just a fact, mundo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's this little kid there. I mean, he's probably second grade, little chubby kid. And you know, he had like this water gun, I think, and he pointed at me. And I was like, yo, chill, bro. Chill, bro. My hands is up. And then that related into it's like play fighting.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I put him in like a Triple H pedigree. I put him in the master lock a couple times. I picked his big ass up and like squeezed his stomach. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing mad things for him to tap out. You know what I mean? And the mistake I made was engaging with the child to begin with. Because once I engaged with this child, there was no stopping it until I left the venue.
Done.
Fam,
Done.
there was a point throughout, right?
Done.
Where I say, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. Where the bathroom at? Little dude wouldn't tell me where the bathroom at, right? So daddy's ended up asking somebody where the bathroom at. So he's like, yo, Dev, such and such. That's how I bet. So I go upstairs, right? Dude is in front of me.
You lying? He went up there with you?
I'm dead ass. I didn't tell you that part. He went upstairs with me to the bathroom. He's like, yeah, it's behind the door. Well, thanks. I already knew now. Like, you're not helping me, right?
Yeah.
So I go in the bathroom, and I locked it, because I always lock doors behind me.
Yeah.
Just in case a random walk in. So I'm going.
People don't like knocking nowadays.
Yeah, facts. Mid-urination. He trying to jiggle the door open.
Oh.
Yo, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then he pounded on it. Fam, you know I'm in here, bruh. Right? You know I'm in here, bruh. So then, boom. So I chill in the bathroom for at least another 5 minutes, just standing there, thinking to myself, yo, why, bruh? Why, bruh?
Why'd you engage?
Yeah,
Man?
so
You know how kids are.
I walk out, and there was like a door blocking the pathway, so I peeped around away to see if he was there. And then all of a sudden I heard a voice, and I looked down the stairs, and he was like, yeah, he's in the bathroom. I'm like, who the freak you talking to? I look down, stood at the bottom. I said, damn, yo. So I go downstairs. I'm like, yo, chill, man. Yo, just let me get a little breather room right. He's like, yo, all right. So I'm like, yo, I'll meet you outside. Then he walk away.
Yeah.
Then he ran back inside. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, yo, bro, like, chill, fam. I've been fighting with you all for the last, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, boom. A dude there, his daughter had just crossed, right? The dude giving an announcement or whatever. And I'm standing in the back. Me and Shawn standing in the back, right? And I'm telling Cat, chill. My man's giving an announcement. The dude would be like, okay. And he disappeared, right?
Yeah.
And there's people in front of me. Yo, I'm listening to the dude's speech out of freaking nowhere. This little kid come out of nowhere, bruh, and punches me in my stomach. And then disappears again. I'm like, yo, what the freak is going on, son? Right? And then one time I caught him in the corner of my eye. Man. He was coming over, and he tried to swing, and I deflected it. Right? And then the third time he came around, I didn't see it once again. Niggas just hit me, bruh. At that point, me and Dad just like, yo, we gotta get up out of here.
You gotta go.
You gotta get up out of here, bro. Like, kids.
I felt uncomfortable for you. I was to the point I had enough food, man. I got to hang out.
There's gotta be a point where you just kids don't know how to stop. Especially if I tell you my fam, he's old enough to know to stop. It wasn't like he was a 3-year-old. He was second or third grade, give or take.
I think that was the most fun he possibly had in a while.
Because people probably don't engage with him, which is a problem. You know what I'm saying?
That was the thing.
30 minutes straight, fam. I can't tell you to stop.
Oh man.
So yeah, we had to get up out of here.
Lesson learned.
We did a French exit.
I am not engaging with any little kids. Good looks, D.
Yeah.
No way.
So what happened with you though?
Yo, all right, man. Hear me out. And this has been ubiquitous in every single LA Fitness I've been across the country.
What?
Every time I go, I like swimming.
Mm-hmm.
I like swimming. So let me just say that I like swimming, y'all. I just want Caucasian folks to understand how to identify an African American who might be a thief, an African American who's just trying to swim laps. I'll let you guys know a little secret. Hood African Americans who are thieves, they don't swim laps. Facts. They just chill, enjoy the water, do backflips.
Put their feet in.
Stay on the
edge.
Stay on the edge and stay on the...
Right near the steps.
Or
the bench.
Stay on the end where the water's not deep.
Oh, yeah.
Where they can walk.
Mm-hmm.
They will not cross into that 5 feet side. All right, white folks? I say that to say because when I swim laps, right? And I see usually European folks swimming with me. Boom, they banging laps out. They're not even looking up.
Mm-hmm.
Once I step back out that water, who do you think suddenly stop and act like they stretching? I see them keep peeking over at their things. They keep peeking over at their things. I don't know, man.
Says stretching?
Sometimes I try to be
funny, yo.
insouciant about it and just very nonchalant.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. But that happened recently. It's all of them. There were about 3 other European folks in the lanes. And I feel like all of them stopped at the same time to really look over and act like they were stretching their legs after they just did 25 straight with me. I was like, yo, if I wasn't here just chilling on one end, doing little flips and doing little they call them joints, Dev, when you doggy pedals on one end. Yeah, maybe watch that person. 'Cause what he doing in there?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that person. Let me not make that remark.
Well, and also no.
But I don't know. Sometimes I just feel I don't know if you say insulted. No, just you guys. I don't know the word for it right now, deeply. You can pick up, but that's all I wanted to say. That's what happened to me. But it's been happening. It's been like extremely pervasive. It's just
Mhm.
been happening for years now, and it happens everywhere. Happens all the time.
They've been doing stretches. Did they get out the water and start stretching?
No, no, they go on to the little low ends. Like they make it their initiative to swim all the way back to the end where they could stand and then they're like, I see them staring at me. Yeah, like
Well, when I used to go swimming, practice my stroke or whatever, pause. Um, I would make sure when I went in there, I would remove my glasses in a way that shows like I'm blind, and then I would just practice my strokes. At the end, I wouldn't would I have anything with me. See, my thing is I'm not able to see if anybody stops and looks because usually I try to be the last person in the pool if I get into the pool when there's other people in there like swimming laps. Personally,
mhm,
you know what I'm saying? Because if there's somebody in the pool and I go to practice swimming, I'll make sure I try to stay in there longer than that other person.
mhm,
And if somebody else comes while I'm swimming, then I mean, like you came after me, so I don't really give a crap about you.
mhm.
But I feel like that was just me trying to avoid a situation like what you're speaking of,
Yeah.
as far as getting like looked at like that, especially in the town that we're
Mhm.
from. It's clear like black person swimming, like
Yeah.
it's people like that exist.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real. Let's be
Like
real.
but it's not as common as they would think it is as common. And it's not because when you talk to our friends or like our group or peers, you ask them if they know how to swim. Yo, what I need to swim for? There ain't no pool around here. There ain't no water. Yada yada yada. And you're just like, yo, bro, what?
Those comments also they infuriate me because it's like, come on, man, come on. They be because a lot of people would be proud to make those comments. Like, ah, I just have inchoate massive ideas in my head right now about that issue. I don't even know how to articulate them right now or elucidate on the matter because it bothers me. It bothers me. It's just like one. A lot of us are from the island, and their argument to that are, "What do you mean? I don't mean I go swimming a lot, but it's like, yo, what if something happens,
Yeah.
man? Like, weren't you around water?" And another argument is just like, when do I ever need to go swimming? But
Can
that
it,
makes no sense. What if you have kids and you want to teach them how to swim? What if you're in an emergency? What if you're in a flood? You know, there are many hurricanes nowadays that literally go as high. They raise the water level raise as high as a house. You see that a lot. Maybe we're not in the area where it happens frequently, but it could happen one day.
Connecticut makes us lazy.
Then you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, yeah, why do I have to swim while you die? You die and you drown,
Yeah.
right?" I don't know. It just those type of comments bother me just as much as yo, I don't read.
Connecticut makes us lazy because we don't really go through that many like natural disasters or flooding, our houses getting pulled away. So people in this area become so lazy. But yet it's just funny how people want to move out to like other places like Miami or like,
Hmm, hmm.
places that definitely get hit by natural disasters. But
My mindset with a lot of things is to be real preemptive about what can happen and have
any given situation.
contingency plans. I learned how to swim because of camp, and that's understandable when people say, "I didn't go to camp and all that. I didn't have the opportunity." Cool, you have the opportunity now. LA
Yeah.
Fitness has a pool. Um, I think that's the only gym I know. Nope, New York Sports Club has a pool. The Edge doesn't, but that's okay.
And also it's if you want to go on vacations outside, like you would
What you gonna
think.
do? Just hang out with your
Like
feet in
you
the
go to
water?
resorts, chicks be buying go to resorts, they buy a full bikini, yada yada yada. Like, yo, let's go to the pool. I don't get in the pool. Why you buy a bikini then? So I can go to the pool. But you're not getting in. You're not like, what's up? You just getting drinks?
Exactly.
It's like, yo, that's mad boring. Like people go to places like DR, you know what I'm saying? Like they go to a lot of peninsulas.
Hmm.
Peninsulas, for those that don't know, are islands surrounded by completely water. Um, is that peninsula? That's peninsula, right?
Believe so. I don't know.
I forget.
I was one of the, you know how to say the people don't know. I'm people.
I think it's peninsula.
Whatever the hell it is, but I agree with you.
Anyways, we gotta cut this episode short. I got something I gotta do.
Agree with you, fam.
Sorry for the short episode, but we've told y'all in the past we are be pinched for time, and we try to get y'all the good stuff in when we can. Um, we didn't want to leave y'all dry-handed this week, so next week we got some fire.
That's a
We got a
fire.
fire
You want
topic
to talk? You
coming.
want to tell?
We're gonna be talking about microaggressions next week.
Ooh.
I know people out there know what those are, but
I personally have many anecdotes about that,
so
and I have one recently.
tune in next week for that. We love y'all. Steve Blank, Shawn Dabs. Peace.
Take it easy, y'all.